What's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Realignment Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. And we have yet another home game on our hands. This time we play host to the unranked Louisville Cardinals. And these Louisville Cardinals are led by one of the most dynamic running backs, at least one of the younger running backs in college football, Gilbert Cooper, former LSU transfer, and is one of your guys' custom players, man. So it should be a fun episode. They're B-minuses across the board. We're B+, B+, ourselves. We got to show more consistency on the offensive end. We've shown that we can move the ball down the field, but we can't. We didn't finish drives there in that last game, and it almost cost us. So here's us trying to go ahead and making sure that we go about finishing the games, and doing so in dramatic fashion. Well, not necessarily dramatic fashion, but trying to come out here and finish with a 40. Should be a good one. Make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button if you happen to be brand new to the channel. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna rock and roll. Let's see if we can put a complete game out there and move to 3-0 on the season. I'll catch you on the field. Alright, boys, so let's go ahead and get things underway. We do get him to a 3rd and 15 initially, but then Matthews, he's going to hit the tight end to the left-hand side, and our tight end, oh my god, we're going to get turned around like that? Nah, we can't have any of that. What are we doing? Kevin Miller gets a 52-yard reception against us right now? That's crazy. So now they're in field goal range already. It's not where I want to be, but that's where we are right now. You hate to see it, as we'll see if we can get some help here on this 3rd down, but we give up another big play, and that is going to go for a touchdown. Ricky Walker is going to get a 2nd touchdown here of the season, and before our offense can even touch the field, we're already down 7-0. And now it's time for our offense to go to work. We can't have any of this. How about that play by Wesley Johnson, picking that up off the ground? 1st down for us here, man. As now we go ahead and try to throw here on 2nd and 10. Couple plays later, we throw it right in the basket for Jason Higgins. That is a tight hole. Pause. And it's a 1st and 10 for us. Just going to keep moving it downfield. Wesley Johnson, he's going to get more involved in this offense as well. Gain of 11 off the jet sweep. We got a nice little drive ourselves here, man, trying to answer what Louisville initially scored as Russ. He's going to bounce it back inside for a minute. How about this? Thought that play was going to be stuck at the 2nd line, but now we got ourselves a red zone opportunity. And you already saw the title of this video. Let Russ cook. Not Russell Wilson, Bobby Russ. He's the better Russ, and if you agree, let me know down in that comment section. But we will throw a touchdown pass over to Jason Higgins, and that will tie the game for us here, man. So Louisville was able to get a couple of lucky plays, but we were able to methodically move the football downfield, and we got ourselves a tied ball game to work with. Now we're going to see if our defense can go ahead and play a little bit better here, as it's Gilbert Cooper, the LSU transfer. He's actually going to get to carry on this one. 15 yards on that carry, and it's another 1st down. As now Matthews looks to the right-hand side, gets it out to Mason. Mason's going to get himself out of bounds, trying to truck through our defender, but hey, give credit to our safety. He stayed on his feet. As Louisville also trying to get some more points on the board. Lewis with a wide butt naked open hole. Ryan Herring's able to get the stop, but man, what is going on with our rush defense this season? That is a little bit of a concern for us here, I'm not going to lie to you. And now it's 3rd and goal, and everyone goes to Gilbert Cooper, and Adam Matthews was all by himself, wide butt naked open. So here we are, a barbecue on the titties, and it is going to be a 14-7 lead for the Louisville Cardinals. Not what I was looking for, as we're trying to get ourselves back to the college football playoff. As now it looks like our offense is going to have to get busy with it today. Big time throw over the middle for Billy Hammond, though. He's going to find his tight end, Mike Holt, for a gain of 28. And then we are back in Louisville territory. They'll try to attack those verticals again. 4 verts, but they have the perfect man-to-man. They send the blitz. Billy Hammond able to get away, though. He's going to get himself out of bounds without getting touched. And now a red zone opportunity for us here. Hammond gets another carry. This time it's Design looking to get into the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Michigan State. Tied up at 14 apiece. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get ourselves a little bit of a shootout in this one. We are all knotted up now as we're still in the first quarter, by the way. It's a lot that's been happening in just one quarter of action, right? Speaking of things that are happening, how about Matthews making some things? He's got a convoy. We somehow bring him down from behind. I'm surprised that we're able to get up behind him, but still another massive gain that would give up on the ground. And they don't go back to it. They go play action, and it gets intercepted by Mike Harvey. He's going to try to take it downfield. Gilbert Cooper tries to bring him out of bounds. He can't get it done. And our corner, the senior cornerback, is going to take it all the way to the crib. Touchdown Spartans, baby. Let's go, man. We needed that because Louisville, they were putting together a drive. Gilbert Cooper, he was trying to make the tackle, couldn't make it happen. And we get ourselves our first defensive touchdown of this game. Our second one in the last couple of weeks. Defense been playing pretty optimistic. But now we need our offense to pick things up. They've already played better than when they did in the USF game in the last episode. But let's see if we can put it together for 4 quarters. Hammond drops back, faces some pressure, but delivers a strike over to Jason Higgins, who was able to embody that 10 toes down movement. And another first down, waiting to get another play action. Hammond faces some pressure, is going to try to scramble out of pocket, finds Leslie Johnson, can't make a defender miss, but it's a 22-yard grab. How about Billy Hammond there, extending the play and turning what should have been a surefire sack, to be honest. That was coming from the blind side, so Billy Hammond could not have seen him coming. Turned that into a really positive play, and now we got a chance here to score some points here once again, as it looks like it really is going to be a shootout. As now, Russ, let him cook. Touchdown, Michigan State. Let's go, baby. And Billy Hammond, he's on fire right now. 10 for 12, 146 yards, a couple of touchdowns. He saw those comments about him after the initial matchup against Mid-Tennessee State, and he has responded in kind. You love to see it. As now, 1st and 10, going to go ahead and run the football again. Another run for Bobby Russ, who's really improving as the year goes on. He's already got 50 yards on the ground, and we only given the ball to him a handful of times. We'll see if he can get some more carries in this game. And speaking of maybe some more opportunities, how about Mike Holt able to get the inside leverage of the safety there? And it's another first down. Moving the ball downfield, Hammond looking again towards the tight end. Louisville straight up cannot cover him right now. That's another big time crab. He's already closing in on 100 yards on the day. Beautiful performance from Mike Holt, and it leads to a touchdown for the Spartans. We're not even at halftime, and we've already got 35 on the board right now. Our season high so far, is somewhere in the 40s, so we'll see if we can make that 50-burger happen. I would love to get 50-plus on the board as it starts with this drive. Still got a few minutes left to play here in this first half. We'll dump it off to Bobby Russ, and he does his thing, man. Picks up a first down. That's his second reception of the game. As several plays later, we'll go 2nd and short. Russ gets a carry up the gut, and he'll find some tough space there. A gain of 5. So first down once again as Hammond drops back the pass, looks to the right-hand side, gets it out to Mike Holt, and that's for a gain of 12 there. Another first down for the Spartans. They've been getting a ton of those today as Russ, he's having himself a day, breaks the tackle. Can he get away from the safety? No, he cannot. How about Bobby Russ, though? 80 yards on the ground. Let's finish this drive. 2nd down, Hammond looks left. He breaks a tackle, gonna get it out to Leslie Johnson. Breaks 2, breaks the 3rd, and gets the first down marker. That should have been a massive loss, but we find a way to make it work. That's how the great teams do it, baby. And that's going to be eventually the first touchdown of the game for Bobby Russ there on the ground. He did score through the air as well. He's got a receiving touchdown to his name. And it looks like we're going to go into halftime with a 3-score lead. So we'll see what Louisville can do here in the final minute of this first half, though, as it looks like they're more than content to allow Gilbert Cooper to roll in the football as Shrugs. He's going to break a tackle here. This is their backup, by the way. And he's able to run all over our defense as well. 17-yard carry. We'll see if it sparks the Louisville Cardinals as they tries to close the gap before we go into the halftime locker room. 3rd and short. Shrugs going to run it up with Gilbert Cooper. He's got some blocking downfield. One man left to beat. And the rest of the defense is eventually able to catch up. But now they are closing in on field goal range. We'll see if they put it in the air, though. 1st and 10. Looks to the left-hand side. It's going to be intercepted. It's Akeem Williams who's able to pick it off. Let's go, baby. Because that was at least 3 points that they were going to get. But we're able to intercept him. And that's how we want to end this first half, baby. So we take that 3-score lead into the locker room. And the beautiful part about all of this is that we get the ball to start the second half. Let's see what this offense can do. Right now, a very clean game that we're seeing from Billy Hammond. He has really responded to how he's been able to turn the football over. He's been doing a lot better with that. And now Russ, he's going to get loose with it. It's now turning into a foot race. Eventually gets caught by the safety, but a 52-yard run. First down, Spartans. And here we go. First red zone opportunity of the second half. Hammond makes it 1st and goal after a 11-yard rush that has us in a goal line situation. Hammond, couple plays later, trying to set up the bubble screen. But Smith reads us like a book there and jumps the route. And not only is it going to get intercepted, it might be taken all the way back to the crib. Jason Higgins cannot catch up in time. And Anthony Smith is going to make this game a little bit more interesting all of a sudden. We're talking about possibly making it a 4-score game. Or at least, getting a field goal, get to like 24, so they got to go for like a bunch of 2-point conversions if they want to come back. But now it's just a 2-score game. And I was just praising Billy Hammond too. He should have just threw that one away. So now we get the ball back after the pick 6 that we had on the opposite side of the field. We'll try to see if we can get another long possession going here, as we're going to get it out to Marcus Williams here. And he's going to find some space on the jet sweep to pick up the first down. But we'll see if we can sustain yet another drive. 3rd down coming up for us. Hammond under shotgun. It's a 5-wide set. Louisville, they send the blitz. And a name that I've not called very often this season, Andre Peters. Pretty sure that's going to be his first catch of the season. And it helps us with a critical 3rd down conversion. And now we can reopen up this playbook a little bit as Billy Hammond's starting to get a little bit more comfortable once again. As now, a couple plays later, 3rd and 4. Go try to run for the first down. It's a halfback draw. We got Russ on the outside, able to make some defenders miss. And he's inside the 20-yard line. First down, Spartans. And now, let's see if we can finish this drive this time. We threw an interception the last time that we were down here. We'll see if we can just keep it to the running game, as Aaron Hines will pick up a gain of 7. By the way, Billy Hammond did suffer a bruised hand, so this is actually Jonathan Matthews. This is his collegiate debut, and what does he do? First drive that he takes over, he doesn't flinch. And he's going to get his first career touchdown. The freshman redshirt able to punch it in. It is now 49-28. As here comes the Louisville Cardinals. Next possession, Mike Scott. He's going to get the interception, and that's going to be taken back to the crib. So we've seen our defense, or at least our offense, with a pick 6. We'll get a pick 6 of our own as well. 3rd turnover of the day. And you think it would stop there, but this time we might get a user. Greg Harvey gets it our way in the last second, but we still get that result that we wanted. They try to run that smash concept and try to push it downfield, but we were all over it. We had a good play call. And now we're up by 28, a chance to make this a 30-plus point lead. Hammond looks over the middle of the field. He's going to get it out to the speedy Jason Higgins there for an 18-yard catch. But Akeem Williams does hurt himself. A abdominal tear on that last defensive possession. So we might not have him for the UTEP game, which would be really, well, it would be backbreaker because UTEP, I'll explain how UTEP's doing later, but, you know, I'm not as worried about UTEP. Let's just say, save that for later. But we throw it up for Wesley Johnson, though. And Wesley Johnson, he is certified him, man. How about that for a throw? So now it's turning into, looks like a 35-point lead for us. I did not expect this kind of deficit right now, but hey, that's what we're getting right now. We'll see what this Louisville offense can do, and it hasn't even done bad. It's just that, you know, the Cardinals, they can't even stop a nosebleed right now. It's been rough for this Louisville squad. Gilbert Cooper, though, makes a catch, so that's nice for the LSU transfer. But then Matthews tries to throw it up, and it's going to be intercepted by Robinson. Only needs to get away from the quarterback. Can we get this block? We can't. Oh, if we got that block, we were taking that to the crib. But I will gladly take 5 turnovers that we force in this game, baby. Let's go, man. And we also got tripped up there, too. That certainly doesn't help either. But now we got a chance to make this a 40-point game. And not only that, get ourselves a 70-burger. Can we make the 70-burger happen? We do. Perry Robertson gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end. I'll catch you guys there. So how about this offense looking extremely good in this one? And it starts with Billy Hammond. 26 for 33, 334, 4 touchdowns. Did get picked off the bubble screen, but that was a great play by the DB. But how about Jonathan Matthews in his first collegiate action? 5 for 6 for 61 yards. And then, of course, he also had that rushing touchdown as well when Billy Hammond did bruise his hand in the third quarter. Speaking of our rushing game, though, Bobby Rush, he had a great one. 15 carries, 168 yards, couple of touchdowns. Aaron Hines also looked good in his limited action as well. But Billy Hammond, 5 carries, 47 yards and a touchdown. He was a complete quarterback in this game. Now, for our receivers, we moved the ball around pretty well, but 3 receivers in particular stood out. Mike Holt had 7 catches for 124 yards with no touchdowns. Jason Higgins had 6 for 83 and a score. And then Wesley Johnson had 6 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Also finding the end zone was Perry Robinson, the senior tight end out of Oluzu, Michigan. And also Bobby Russ, our freshman tailback from Wilwick, Ohio. Now, defensively, I know we gave up 35 points, but one of them was a special team score, and some points were scored in garbage time as well. That being said, Kenneth Wood led the team in tackles today with 9 total tackles, followed by safety Ryan Herring with 6 tackles and a TFL. And while we did not manage to get to the quarterback today whatsoever, we did get 5 interceptions in this game. Greg Harvey got 2 of them, but Akeem Williams, Mike Scott, and Jason Robinson all got interceptions, 2 of which did end up being defensive touchdowns as well. Now, for Gilbert Cooper, we played against him, one of your guys' custom players. He had a good game as well, 20 for 99 and a touchdown. Could very well be a pro prospect. We'll see if he declares at the end of his season or not. He did also chip in with 1 catch for 5 yards. But while we were busy beating down the Louisville Cardinals, Mid-Tennessee State did get to play against Notre Dame, who was ranked number 16 at the time, but Notre Dame will no longer be ranked, and that's because Mid-Tennessee State, they take care of business, 31-10 being the final score, and Coach Gentry gets a big-time win for the Blue Raiders, as they're now 2-1. Their only loss, by the way, being up against us, so we might be in for a good season here for the Blue Raiders. Now, I did went ahead and make this a doubleheader because not only did we play fantastic against Louisville, but look who we have next on the schedule. We got UTEP, also happens to be at home, and UTEP, they are not that great of a football team. C overall squad, C offense, C plus defense to go with all of that as well, and they are straight up not that great of a team, right? So there's that going for them. To give you an idea how bad UTEP is, they played an FCS team earlier this year, and they lost by 4 touchdowns. So we'll see if we can make this a blowout as well. But with all that being said, if you're enjoying the video so far, I need you guys to go ahead, smack that like button for me, and then of course hit that subscribe button if you have to be brand new. And with that, we're going to go back out there on the football field. Let's see if we can blow out UTEP the same way that we blew out Louisville. Let's see if we can make it happen twice here in this episode. So here we go, baby. Second part of the doubleheader. Let's see if we can be just as dominant against UTEP as we were against Louisville. As we're going to do what we did with the first game. We're going to let Russ cook here a little bit, and he's going to pick us up a few yards here. Nice little 5-yard gain to get us going. And you know, Bobby Russ, he's one of those running backs I feel that is, you know, he's the type of guy that will certainly get better as the game goes on, you know. So when we get to that second half, he's going to really wear out this defense, as there is not a lot of talent that is on this team right now. That's the crazy part. But here comes Billy Hammond, able to make enough guys miss. He's going to pick up a couple yards there on the read option. Is able to move the chains as we try to get an initial touchdown on the board. Still waiting for that first score. We're like a few minutes left in the first quarter, but we throw an interception instead. I was expecting Leslie Johnson to win off that route, and I kind of threw it anticipating that, but that was clearly not the case. UTEP, give them credit. They jumped the route, and they jumped the route extremely well. And now UTEP might actually get some points on the board here. So we'll see what our defense can do. A couple plays later, we get them to a 2nd and long. So expect this to be a passing down. They roll out to the left as Jackson gonna throw it. It's gonna be intercepted by Mike Harvey. And not only does he get the interception, we also are going to get a face mask penalty that is going to directly benefit us as well. Let's go, baby. You'll love to see it. So our defense bails us out, but we'll see if we can make some better decisions here on the offensive side of the ball, as we'll run it with our star tailback, Bobby Russ, or should I at least say a budding superstar. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of the season goes, but we'll give him a little bit of a break. We're going to let Aaron Hines run the football for a little bit. He's able to find some good space as well, and his first carry is going to go for an 8-yard gain. Is now 2nd down coming up. We're going to run the football once again. Russ had to block it initially, but UTEP did just enough to get off those blocks. And now threatening for the first time. Can we finally get rid of this goose egg? Hines looks to the right-hand side, breaks a tackle. Oh, he gets shoestringed at the last second, man. He is so fast, and he is so talented as well. So we end up going through an entire quarter without scoring a single point, which is really surprising, but Bobby Russ is going to make sure that that does not happen much longer as we finally get the goose egg off the board. Russ gets the first points of the game, and we take the lead. Let's flash it out over to late in the first half. We got 1:10 left to work with. We got 1 timeout left to work as well. We'll see if we can have what it takes to move the ball downfield. As we'll go with the jet sweep. Higgins over the right-hand side. He's very fast, and he's going to get himself out of bounds too. You'll love to see it. So we can take our time calling this next play, where we want to go for a 4 verts until it hurts, and we're going to certainly hurt him down the field a little bit as Mike Holt finds the open space in the cover 2 defense. And it's now 1st down for Michigan State, trying to attack downfield. Russ, he's going to run it up the gut. We still have the full playbook available to us, and he's already got 60 yards here in the first half. Can we finish the drive, though? Looking over the middle of the field, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, Michigan State, as Marcus Wiggins throws it into the window, and that's going to be the first passing touchdown for Billy Hammond in the 2nd game that we have here in this episode. So now jumping to the second half here. It was a little bit more competitive than I anticipated, but let's see if we can take things over here in the second half. And this is a great way to do it. Just ride your running back. He's something special, man. I really like how Russ runs the football. He is something else. As now, we'll go back to the air. We go find our number 1 receiver, Wesley Johnson, who's able to beat the corner with relative ease, using his route running abilities. And now we're in UTEP territory. Next play, trying to throw to the left-hand side. Play action. And we just was not patient. Wanted to force the ball downfield there, but just, I don't know what Billy Hammond was looking at, but that's just not it. That is not what we are looking for at all. Is now 3rd and 7. We'll see if we can get UTEP off the field after the interception that we threw. This could be the spark that the Miners are looking for. We'll see if we can prevent that. As now, Jackson is going to go ahead and keep it on the read option and falls forward for a gain of 9. UTEP all of a sudden, they're trying to threaten us right now. 1st and 10 again. Jackson dropping back. He's got some time to throw this football and gets it out to Smith. I knew he was going that way. I just couldn't get anybody out there fast enough, unfortunately. And it sets up a goal line situation, trying to keep him out of the end zone and make them forced to take a field goal. But Brown just does enough to find the end zone. And all of a sudden here, guys, we got ourselves a football game. We're only down by 4. Here we go. I did not see this coming. Clearly, I should not have underestimated UTEP, but that's the beauty of college football. Any given Saturday, and we were seeing a perfect example of that is Billy Hammond. He tries to scramble, and he fumbles it again. And it falls in the hands of UTEP. So now we go from, okay, we were up by multiple possessions. Now it turns into, okay, UTEP can actually take the lead here. So our defense gets put in a compromising spot once again. We'll see if we can get him off the field this time. As now, 2nd and 11. Brown, he's going to bounce it to the outside. Finds some space and gets all the way to the secondary before finally getting touched by Ryan Herring and Early Austin. But it's a red zone chance for the Miners as they're a handful of yards away from taking the lead. Jackson, quarterback draw. He's out in the open space. Breaks the tackle. And it's a 1st down for the Miners. We got some drama here in East Lansing, and I don't like it one bit. Jackson looking over the left-hand side, and it's caught by Andre Scott. And UTEP, who was widely considered going into this game as one of the worst teams in college football, they got the lead against us, the number 6 team in the nation. We are certainly not looking like a top 10 team right now, and I think it's about time we start to wake up. And when in doubt, go to your running back, go to that ground game, because it has been solid in the first couple of games of this season. No different here, as Russ is on the verge of 100 yards on the day, as Hammond gets the pitch out to Russ. He's taking it to the outside, got some space to work, gets it inside the 40-yard line. 1st down for the Spartans. And it's now another 1st and 10. Hammond under center, drops back, looks right, gets out to Perry Robinson, breaks it away from a defender for a little bit, and he uses that tight end energy to move the sticks again. Don't need these big shots. I think that's what we've been, trying to do a little bit too much, trying to be getting that home run. We just need to hit singles and doubles, because when we do that, UTEP, they can't stop us. Let's see if we can stick to that. As we go underneath again, we find an open Marcus Wiggins, who moves it downfield for a 15-yard gain. Now we find ourselves outside the red zone with a chance to tie. Russ got some space to work in the open field, gets away from one defender, and he almost runs it into the end zone inside the 5-yard line. And with a great run like that, you gotta reward him. And that is exactly what we do. Touchdown, Michigan State. And we get ourselves back in the lead. UTEP, of course, does not score in their next possession. They actually go 3 and out. So a chance for us to extend the lead. We come back out with our offense to start this new drive. And we do finish the end of the 3rd quarter pretty strong, as the last play that we run in this quarter is to Bobby Russ once again. if it's not broke, why bother to fix it? We got almost 200 yards on the ground already. But now it's important for us to finish strong. Winning this quarter means we win the game, but if UTEP wins this quarter, we might be talking about overtime, or are we talking about an upset on our hands? And that is the last thing I'm trying to do right now, is get upset by UTEP of all teams. So we'll go play action. As nice job there by Billy Hammond. He's able to avoid the pressure long enough, as UTEP, they was sending guys to make sure they got to our QB. And they left Leslie Johnson open, middle of the field. And that's an easy read. Touchdown, Michigan State. And it's now 28-17 in favor of the Spartans. Again, another empty possession for the Miners, as this is a dangerous throw, but we somehow get it into Mike Holt. If you're a quarterback watching this, I do not recommend that, but hey, I'm just here to play a game. I'm just here trying to have fun and have a good time. We're certainly having a better time now, as we're starting to do what we've been expected to do all game long, and that is starting to dominate UTEP on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And that will continue as Billy Hammond, late hit by the way. They never call that an NCAA 14. I hope that's a thing in EA College Football. We'll have to wait and see what the EA College Football team does moving forward. But that being said, we got an 18-point lead to work with and 4:38 left to play. 1st and 10 for UTEP. Jackson trying to throw to the right-hand side. He's going to go ahead and pick up the first down inside the 40-yard line. Here comes the Miners trying to rally. Jackson in a 5-wide set, throws it over the middle. It's a short throw, and Sean Smith gets obliterated by Patrick Goshwin, but he will hang on and make the catch anyways. But a few plays later, they get it run across a 4th down. They need to pick this up, going to the left-hand side, and it's going to be intercepted by Robinson. He's got a convoy, sort of, and gets it to about midfield. This was a scary game for us. Jason Robinson is going to seal the deal, but it's not the blowout that we necessarily are looking for, and a little bit disappointing, but we do enough to win the game, and sometimes the biggest thing that matters is survive in advance, keep us in playoff contention. So we do end up getting our second win of this episode, but it also feels like we got just a little bit too much. We play with our food too much, and that just kind of feels like a cultural problem within our program that we're still trying to address a little bit with some of the newer players that we have coming into the program. And you know, it's not the most impressive performance in the world, but we still won by 3 scores, so I can't complain too much. Still need to cut down on the mistakes, and Billy Hammond, he needs to know better. 23 for 27, 266 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 interceptions. We gotta cut down on these mistakes, man, because we have a fantastic running game this year. So, you know, if we can cut down on that, that would be a really good thing. But that being said, Bobby Russ, amazing today. 28 carries, 188 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Billy Hammond did also find the end zone in this one, so it was a great day for our rushing attack. As for our receivers, Mike Holt had a fantastic day receiving the football, known for blocking, but the senior got it done with his hands. 7 catches for 117 yards. We do see Wesley Johnson, the true sophomore from Eugene, Oregon, with a touchdown. He had 4 catches and 46 yards in this one. And then Marcus Wiggins found the end zone as well, as the Tecumseh, Michigan product ends up with 2 catches and 26 yards as well. Now defensively, we were put in some compromising spots a couple of times, but I thought overall we played pretty well. We did end up seeing 7 tackles from Brendan Wiles that did lead our group, and the sophomore is coming into his own. Kenneth Woods, once again, had a pretty nice day. 6 tackles, 2 TFLs. Ryan Herring had 6 tackles as well. We also got to his quarterback quite a few times today. We end up seeing Brandon Davis, who's just a true freshman, by the way. High-end free-star last year. Getting some playing time. He looked good. Daryl Hicks got a sack as well. Even forced a fumble that we couldn't recover. And then, speaking of Brandon Wiles, our leading tackler, he also got a sack. Finally, while we didn't win the turnover battle today, we got some key turnovers in this one. Jason Robinson got a turnover on 4th down, the hard hitter from Detroit. If he didn't stumble, he could have taken it to the crib, but I'll still take a turnover. And then Greg Harvey got another interception as well. Almost had a second one, but he did drop the second interception opportunity. Overall, solid game, and even though it wasn't an A+ performance from us, we did do enough to win this football game. But after our game against UTEP, though, we do end up receiving our very first commitment of the season, and I'm very excited about this kid. We got 4-star athlete Anthony Jacobs signing on the dotted line for us. I like his trait. 6'1", 183. He's a number 38 athlete in this recruiting class. And not only that, but he has elite speed. He's got great acceleration as well. Looks like somebody that could play either side of the football for us. I'm really excited about this kid. He's a gem prospect, so we get bonus points for that. Welcome to the squad next season to Anthony Jacobs. But next episode, not only will we be going on the road for the very first time this season, but we are also get our very first test of the season as well. We take on the number 16 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. They got a nice national ranking, even though they're only 2-2, which is the surprising part in all of this, but they've played a really tough schedule. They've already played 2 ranked teams. We're the 3rd ranked team, so they definitely have been battle tested for sure. Whereas for us, the story is still to be written, right? Like, it remains to be seen how good we actually are. We took care of the teams we were supposed to beat, but let's see if we can take care of business on the road. But I'll leave that for next episode, though, and I hope you guys are excited for it. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.